Hello, my name is Mariana, and this is a reading for Libra. So, Libra, I've done this reading with my own deck, my tarot deck that I made a few years ago. So the cards you'll see are from this deck. So, I feel like Libra, you have been so diligent, so hardworking, so focused in building something, in making something come to life. It feels like you're like working on a project or a craft, but it feels like hands-on because you start with the Eight of Pentacles. And this card straight away was talking about how you are extremely focused in a particular work where it's just extremely detailed. You're just so attentive to each small detail of, the stages or the steps of giving life to this project, right? Of creating something that requires all of your focus, all of your effort and your dedication. It feels like your sight, it's just like extremely focused in something that you have been working so hard, and it feels like a long time. And I'm going to explain why I say that. Because, well, okay, so Wheel of Fortune, the Knight of Pentacles, and Judgment. So it feels like it's been a long time coming. It feels like somehow this work that you are doing, or that you have been doing, because it feels more like you have been doing like step by step in such a detailed, like such a diligent person, like really paying attention to each step of this process, right? And it feels like it's been so handcrafted, so meticulous, so carefully done, right? Because somehow your intuition was telling you that this work means something. It has some kind of higher purpose. But it feels like you have been I feel like, so what I'm getting right now is that you have been longing to get to the end line, like to the finish line, to the end point, to the end of it, to finally giving birth to this project, right? But it feels like it's been a long, long, long time coming, and you have been working so hard, so hard. And it feels like with this Judgment card that it is the time now to finish it. It is the time to finally give birth to this thing, right? To see it just rise up in front of you, almost like it has like a life of its own, right? But Libra, after that comes the Tower. And this Tower, it's yes, it has some harshness to it, but it feels like because it's done, because this work is completed, because you have finally come to an end, because you've been working so hard for so long, it feels like finally it's like the moment to move on, right? So it feels like maybe you can sense this finishing, this ending, as like this Tower moment, right? As if your world is falling apart because you don't know like what else to do, because it feels like here, especially with this Knight of Pentacles and this Eight of Pentacles, it feels like you were so focused that you were not living your life. You are not doing any other things outside of this project, outside of this work. So it's been like an extremely focused period period, long period of your life that you dedicated to something, in detriment actually of other areas of your life. So when finally it comes to an end, right, and something else has to begin, it feels like you don't know, it feels like your structure, your base, your foundation is crumbling down, right? Because maybe you're having this feeling of waking up and not knowing what to do, right? Because whatever you had to do, it's done. You have done it, right? And it seems with these two cards following the Tower, the Five of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups, it feels like somehow you were working so hard at this that you didn't even realize that you were putting much more than it needed to, right? It was just excessive. Like you were building on top of something, like just for habit, because you just couldn't see outside of this project. So it feels like you were just doing and doing and doing and building and creating and, you know, handcrafting something that you didn't know when to stop. But as soon as it came the moment, and it seems like the moment is now, because it has to end, it has to come to life, right? There's nothing else that you can do. Actually, the thing that you have to do right now is realize that you have put too much, and now you have to come to a cleansing mode, right? Like getting rid of the excesses that you have put over something, put on top of something, just for habit or just by the emotion of the work, you know? And it feels like this will bring you so much more happiness, so much more peace, because it feels like here it started to become boring, you know? You were longing for it to finish. And here, once this Tower comes and just cleanse the excess, right? Just takes sweeps off the excess, the pieces that are not part of the essential idea, right? The essential core of the project, or, you know, the craft, the art, whatever it is. It feels like you're going to feel so much more at peace with yourself and with the thing in itself, right? Because here it may look like it's to the outside world or to the outside eyes, it could look like very successful, but to you it started to become a burden, right? Because you weren't seeing the finish line, right? And you have worked so hard, so it's good to see the end of something at some point, right? And here, so this Knight of Pentacles gives way to the Knight of Cups. So I feel like maybe you were driven only by the material side of it, only the financial rewards that you were going to get from this project, this idea. And I feel like once you clean or you take away what is not supposed to be included because it's just in excess, right? You become more you become happier and more I feel like satisfied is the word. You become satisfied with the thing in itself, right? But it comes with a bit of a fright or like a shock, right? Because it is the Tower. So maybe you're not exactly prepared. It may be something unexpected, right? Because you were building and building and building and creating, and you didn't even realize that you were like adding pieces that were too much, that didn't need to be there, right? So the universe, because it is time, right? There are bigger forces at play here. And then you feel, you receive this crumbling moment as this tower moment, but the reality of it is just like a cleansing phase of your work, that you're going to be so much more satisfied, right? So, Libra, let's see if the cards have to tell something else about this story, about this project. I'm actually excited because it feels like your boredom is giving way to a more satisfied feeling, like you're more satisfied with what you're doing, right? Finally, I feel. So let's see what the cards have to say. I'll do an extended reading. If you want to come with me there, I'll be happy to see you. And also, as a final guidance, I'm going to pull from my astrological runes that I made from air dry clay. So yeah, it's gonna be on the extended reading. If you want to come there, I'll be happy to see you. Okay, take care. Bye.